Badminton, what could possibly go wrong, right? Sure, some kids are younger than you, and is still better, and the average badminton player has the build of two men. And whoever is getting their ass beaten, you don't want that person to be a badminton player, because look at this. But behind the action is a long, fascinating history spanning centuries and cultures. Today, we're going to uncover that journey, from ancient times to the modern Olympic Games. So, grab your rackets and let's get into it. The origins of badminton can be traced back over 2,000 years. In ancient civilizations like Greece, China, and India, people played early versions of a shuttlecock game. For instance, in China, a popular game called 𝔼𝕼𝕒𝕒𝕒𝕒, which translates to kick the shuttle, involved players using their feet to keep a weighted shuttlecock in the air, so this is basically the OG version of don't make the balloon touch the ground game. Interestingly, these ancient games were all about fun and skill rather than competition than what it is today. The objective wasn't to score points or beat an opponent. Instead, it was a cooperative activity to play like you are some goalie and your life depended on the balloon. These early games would lay the groundwork for what we recognize as badminton today, showing how universal the joy of playing with a shuttlecock has always been. Now to 18th century Europe, where a similar game called battledore and shuttlecock became popular among the bit more richer people, especially in England and France. Battledore and shuttlecock was a bit more structured. Players would use small paddles or rackets to keep the shuttlecock in the air as long as possible. There was still no net or formal court, but the game's popularity grew as it was easy to play indoors and didn't require much equipment. As the game grew in popularity, players began experimenting with different equipment. Early rackets were modeled after those used in tennis, but were slightly smaller and lighter. Shuttlecocks were made from real feathers, often from geese, and attached to a cork base. This gave the shuttlecock its distinctive flight pattern, allowing for intense, strategic rallies. In 1893, as badminton's popularity grew across England, the Bath Badminton Club was formed, and they used 3 of their brain cells to create the first official rules for the game. This new set of rules defined everything from the court size to the scoring system and the equipment specifications, setting the stage for competitive badminton as we know it. And just 6 years later, in 1899, the first ever All-England Open Badminton Championships were held. The All-England tournament is still one of the sport's most prestigious events and has attracted top players from around the world for over a century. Now here's where badminton's story takes on a global flavor. As the British Empire expanded, so did the game of badminton. In the early 20th century, badminton took off in Asia, especially in countries like China, Indonesia, and Malaysia. And the time where the big machines were built and retired, WWE players saw a chance. Over time, these nations would become powerhouses in the sport, producing some of the world's most skilled and competitive players. For instance, countries like, of course, China, South Korea, and Indonesia have dominated the world stage, winning countless international titles. The sport has a strong cultural significance in these regions, with training academies, local tournaments, and fans passionately supporting the sport. Badminton's peak was an inclusion in the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona. Badminton became an official Olympic sport, with singles and doubles events for men and women. This was a huge moment as it brought badminton to the global stage and solidified its place as a serious, competitive sport. And since then, badminton has only grown in popularity, with thousands of players training to represent their countries on the Olympic stage. Badminton at the Olympics has given the world iconic rivalries and thrilling matches, further inspiring young players around the world. Badminton's fast pace and high demands have led to some impressive innovations in technology. Today, rackets are made from lightweight, durable materials like carbon fiber, allowing players to hit the shuttlecock with speeds faster than my teacher. Shuttlecocks are still made from feathers, though synthetic options are sometimes used for training and just casual play. This combination of advanced materials and skilled training has taken this badminton to the next level. In fact, the fastest smash on record was about the new Pokemon. Wait, no, I meant it was 500 kilometers per hour, or around 300 miles per hour. It's truly one of the most high-speed and intense racket sports in the world. Over the years, badminton created players who have the strength to understand who asked. From ancient shuttlecock games to the fast-paced, one-punch man looking that we see today, badminton has come a long way. Its journey across cultures, countries, and continents shows just how universal the love for this sport is. Whether you're playing a casual game in your backyard or a serious don't-touch-the-ground balloon game, badminton continues to connect people through skill, speed, and sportsmanship. Thanks so much for watching this episode on the history of badminton. If you found it as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe.
Shush.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Y'all act like you never seen a white person before. Jaws all on the floor like Pam, like Tommy just burst in the door and started whooping her ass worse than before. They first were divorced, throwing her over first.